Woohoo, everybody. Let me kick off Instagram. Then we're going to start the show right now. Don't go anywhere. Welcome to the Art of Relationship show, people. Hey, welcome to the Art of Relationship show. Special time, special night. I usually do the show live every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So last night I had a new couple and I ended up going over the time. So it happens, right? So I'm going to do a recap, or not a recap. I'm doing the show now, 7 p.m. Thursday instead of last night, to make up for last night. Hey, Brandy. Hey, Irish. Hey, what's going on, everybody? And as always, you can join in the live chat. Throw your questions down below. It doesn't have to relate to the subject or the topic at hand, okay? Every episode I do, it is a free-for-all Q&A. I'll start off with the topic, but throw your questions out there the best I can. Hey, Santa, what's happening? So, again, throw your questions down below. And if you can, please, I'd appreciate it if you could share the episode on your timeline, on your page, wherever you're paying attention from. And check out my website, theartofrelationships.org. Excuse me. As always, coughing here in the Midwest, maybe the whole country. Allergies are going nuts. Hey, Lisa, what's happening? So, like I said, allergies are going nuts, so everybody's going down that, okay? Oh, hey, Ethan. I'm actually gonna, I've been working on this for months. I'm actually gonna have a call-in line where there's more questions and everything else. I want to try to avoid any spam, any people that are being disrespectful and everything. And I apologize, Ethan. I know it's a lot to type. But for right now, I'm not allowing anyone to join in just out of respect for other people and stuff. I don't want people to, spam or try to be disrespectful to other people or even myself, right? I get people all over the place, throwing negative comments out there, being smart asses and everything else. And I actually want to try to help as many people out there as possible. But yeah, I appreciate it, Ethan. But the topic at hand, going to be talking about sex, about intimacy, right? And I know TikTok, I don't think the other formats that I'm doing the show live on, you can catch it live, tell your friends, it's on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, of course, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter, X now, right? So you can always catch the, recordings of every episode. Probably the easiest is on YouTube. Look it up at LoveGuruGreg. That's on every social media platform and YouTube as well. So talking about sex tonight, okay, and intimacy. And I can't even remember if it was last week or the week before that. Gonna be talking about, what your expectations of intimacy is. And I did a little post yesterday, I think it was, or today, I can't even remember. Is it okay for you to schedule intimacy or schedule sex? And my philosophy is it is. Absolutely, okay? People get busy left and right, kids. There's some couples that work different shifts. Absolutely, right? One works midnights, one works afternoons, and they got to make it a priority. Well, number one, do you want to make it a priority? Not that you have to. And number two, what's wrong with that? A lot of people will look at, ew, yuck, ew, I'm not going to schedule sex. It should be spontaneous, everything else. But I have a different view on this for people to look at. And maybe you never looked at this before. So I'm going to throw it out there. this way. Again, please share it on your live feed. Share this episode on your timeline, your pages. I want to try to get as many people involved and help as many people out there as well. Sometimes you have to because life gets in the way. Absolutely. And I agree with this. And that's why I tell people it's okay to schedule it. I have couples, we're busy. And then I tell people, do you schedule to meet up with your friends, girlfriends, right? Do you meet up for lunch, dinner, drinks, coffee, whatever, brunch? Do you meet up with the guys to watch the game? You schedule that usually, right? You schedule vacations. Do you schedule a day off? These are things you look forward to. Well, most people, right? That you look forward to. You can't wait for vacation. You can't wait for that day off. You can't wait to celebrate someone's birthday, right? Those things are scheduled. I hate to admit it because I'm not that old. My granddaughter just turned 1 on the 3rd, May 3rd. Woohoo, right? And the party was Sunday, this past Sunday. So I look at all these aspects that people will look at, why they have this stigma about why do you have to be spontaneous all the time? And I tell people why you schedule sex, schedule intimacy. People have a date night, which is a term I never use. Oh, Lisa just said your birthday is coming up too, isn't it? Shh, don't tell anyone. No, I don't try to broadcast my birthday. It is coming up, but I'm not going to say when. I stopped counting 20 years ago. Maybe it was 30 years ago. I stopped when my birthday was. So I tell people left and right about looking at the situations, about scheduling a date. And I don't use date night. I don't use it. I look at what do you do to enjoy each other. If you want to call it date night, that's great. That's terrific. It's your choice. I look at what do you do to enjoy each other. If it's, hey, why don't we go out to eat? Why don't we, whatever, a way to connect with each other. And why can't sex be one of those times that you schedule? You look forward to it, right? And a lot of people, ew, gross, whatever. What if I'm not in the mood? You might not be in the mood, but you can still say, no, I'm okay with that, okay? So that's where I want people to be able to look at what is happening, what is going on in their relationship, and why can't you schedule sex or intimacy? Again, not that you have to do it all the time, but like vacations, like date night, like going out, like all those aspects that are happening, right? So that's where I want people to look at. You look forward to those things. So if you schedule Wednesday night, Thursday night, Saturday night, Friday night, oh, we're going to have sex Sunday afternoon. It doesn't always have to be at night. It can be in the morning. It can be all those aspects, okay? I see you. You're a love guru. Actually, I am. People, yeah, right. There. See, I get these whatever immature people that are looking at those aspects, okay? That are, what can I say, immature, maybe childish, they might be teens. But I'm actually a fully licensed professional counselor in the state of Michigan and in Detroit. So that's where I look at those avenues. I'm actually a relationship and sex specialist. So all those aspects that are going on, just to let people know I'm legit, right? I'm not a self-proclaimed avenue and all those aspects, okay? So going back onto scheduling intimacy or scheduling sex, you can look forward to it. If it's a Wednesday night, if it's Thursday, Friday, whatever, Sunday, whatever it is that works for you, that you can look forward to it, right? Why can't I can't even talk anymore. Why can't you use that as a time to, verbal, emotional foreplay? I can't wait to kiss you. I can't wait to taste you. I can't wait to hold you, rip your clothes off. I can't wait to spank your ass. Whatever you want to do to be able to go after all those aspects. Hey, I love you. I can't wait to be close to you. You can be more flirty, more dirty talk, right? When you're using foreplay and getting used to all those aspects, when you plan intimacy, but you can also be more emotionally connected. You can use compassion. You can be able to look at those avenues to be able to be more sensual, be more romantic. I can't wait to, look in your eyes. I can't wait to kiss you. I can't wait, to hold you, touch you. I can't wait to feel you. So you can be more romantic and use this as a way to build up the anticipation that you look forward to it and you can enjoy it. So you can look at scheduling sex once in a while to be able to enjoy each other, to be able to build it up and use it as foreplay. Okay. So, but a lot of people look at, ew, yuck, right? But that's where I want people to be able to understand and be able to look at. You can schedule sex once in a while. There's nothing wrong with it. Like I said, you schedule maybe going out for your anniversary, birthday, those type of things. Scheduling to meet with, maybe go over to your mom's house or whatever it is, meet up with friends, vacations, those type of avenues. Why can't you schedule those aspects? Hey, Gage, what's happening? So again, throw your questions down below on anything. It doesn't have to be relating to this topic, but it can be dating, relationships, marriage, and absolutely about relationships. Okay. Like I do actually in my office. I'm actually not in my office now, but I work with couples in my office on a daily basis, all types of challenges and issues. And I've been doing this, it'll be 22 years in August. It'll be 22 years. Okay. Um, Someone mentioned I'm a romantic. Relationships are different to me. I just hope you're having whatever. So those are those aspects where I don't think I understand. Let me go back and try to where to. Oh, I didn't have a question. Oh, my bad. Okay. In a romantic relationship are different to me. I just hope you're having whatever. Okay. Oh, a nice day. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Um, Thank you. I hope life is going smooth for you, and I hope it's treating you very kindly. Okay. I appreciate that. So I look at, and these are things, even if you are not in a romantic relationship, that's okay. These are things that you can learn, and maybe you can talk about if you want to be in a romantic relationship, loving relationship down the road, even with people that are in, non-traditional friends with benefits or that type of situation, open relationships, that type of aspect. You still schedule maybe to meet up with people, right? You still schedule to meet up and have intimacy or have sex. So why does it have to be any different in a romantic committed relationship or marriage? I don't think it has to. Now again, it does not have to be all the time. For some couples, it works because, as was mentioned earlier by a viewer, sometimes life gets in the way and you're so busy that you have to make it a priority. And that's the big thing. Do you make sex? Do you make intimacy? Do you make connecting a priority in your relationship? And it's very, very difficult to do when you have kids, you know, both work, house to take care of. Maybe you have a sick parent you're also looking after, and all this stuff goes on, and we forget the relationship, we forget the marriage. And that's where I want you to make it a priority. So, talking about intimacy, what better way to connect, right? And you can connect not only sexually, but you can connect all together physically, emotionally, and mentally, all in one event or episode when it comes into this aspect. Okay. And a lot of people, excuse me, will talk about how many people out there, and I know the religious zealots are going to be upset and ticked off at me. That's okay. When it comes into intimacy and stuff, and I'm not religious, I respect people's views, beliefs, and those type of aspects. Doesn't mean I have to agree, but a lot of people will get into a situation where they're going to wait to have sex until they're married. I never promote this on a professional level. Okay. And again, I respect people's beliefs, but I'm going to tell you that I never promote this because of incompatibility aspects. Okay. What if you get married and you find out that you're sexually incompatible? What happens, right? We can look at, you can talk all you want. Oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. But that changes when reality hits, when real life hits. It's like you can read my book. Yeah, Love SOS. It's on Amazon. It's on ebook, paperback, or anyone else's book. Okay, but I tell people when you live, you're not. You can read everything, but you're not really ready for marriage or living with someone until you're doing it, because that's when you can read a book and rationalize and be logical, but when your emotions go through, and what happens is, well, I don't want to be intimate with you, I don't want to have sex with you, you piss me off, right? Real life happens. But when you're talking about, you know, people, and I still deal with people of all ages that maybe they're celibate, and I respect that. They were married before, divorced, or maybe their loved one passed away, and they're in another relationship, and one or both decide to be celibate. And I asked them, have you ever thought about if you're not compatible sexually when you get married, when you decide to have sex? And this goes with styles. This could go with beliefs, values about sex. And a lot of people will look, yeah, we talk about it. We both want sex a lot. We both want it this way, that way. But when reality hits, things could change, right? And now you're married. Now, what do you do if you are not compatible sexually? So, this goes hand in hand, like I said, with scheduling sex, right? Maybe some people, ew, it's gross. Where other people, yeah, it's not a bad idea. We can look forward to it. Like I said, we can be playful. We can, use the days until we do as emotional, mental, even maybe a little physical foreplay up until that date to look forward to that. Okay. So that's where I want people to be able to look at those type of aspects and to be able to have those aspects. Okay. Um, oh, someone just mentioned, oh, a gaslighter. I reject everything you have to say, and I hope you let that sink in. I do not, that's okay. You can reject everything I have to say. Like I said, everybody has their own belief. It's the king, Greg. I'm not a king by any means. I'm very humble. But a lot of people will look at, and I'm even, reject everything I say. I would want to know why you reject everything I say. I would like to hear that. And I'm all up to, like I said, I ask people. People don't have to believe me. They don't have to. When someone said they reject everything, I have to say, that's okay. We all have different beliefs and everything else, but that's where I want to look at, a debate. Why do you disagree with me? And you can, like I said, everybody has their own beliefs, everybody has their own values, as it should be. And it's not about disrespecting those, it is about looking at what works for you and what doesn't. So I tell people, again, it's okay if you want to be celibate until you get married, and that's your belief and that's your value. um, but my question is, what happens when you're not, or if you're not sexually compatible? Then what? And a lot of people will look at, well, we can work on it, we can talk about it, we can discuss it. Okay, you do all that, but what happens if you're still not compatible? One loves oral sex, the other one doesn't. And I think the name gaslighter says it all. Good point. I don't want to disrespect that viewer, not at all, but you listener might have a point. But I look at, trying to have an open dialogue, an open discussion, not an argument, not a right or wrong. It's not about that. But I want people to look at those aspects, and they're going to look at, we wait to have sex, get married, and we'll never be sexually incompatible. Yes, you will. There's people that are maybe sexually compatible. They know it. They have sex before marriage or living together, and they know it, or one knows it, and they still get married or live together anyways, right? And the difference where a lot of people will look at, well, maybe the gaslighter name who totally disagreed with me is maybe on this, there's not, how can I say that? Sex is not the most important thing in a relationship. And I tell people it depends on the individual. And there's people that will tell you, oh, sex should not be. And I'm like, should not be according to who? If it works for you, great, terrific. But it doesn't work for everybody. And the difference between a romantic relationship and a friendship or roommate situation, it's the romance. It's the sex, it's the intimacy, it's the physical connection. Like I said, I've worked with couples over the years. They have intimacy once a year. That's once a year. And they're both okay with that. So again, that is not up to me to decide it's right or wrong. I try to help couples get to where they want to be. It's not according to, what their mom raised them to be. It's not according to grandma. It's not according to what religions tell you. It's not according to culture, race. It's designing how you want to be and giving yourself permission to do that, as long as it's consensual. You're not hurting anybody else. You're not hurting yourself. You're not lying, misleading, gaslighting that was thrown up there. You're not trying to manipulate anybody else. So I tell people, I have no problem. You disagree with me. I'm not going to get mad or whatever. I'm not going to get defensive. But I look at having an open dialogue. You have a right. I respect people's views on my clients. It's not about me. It's about helping my clients and you out there, the viewers, to be in a situation to where, I want to help you get to where you want to be. These are just questions to bring up and to think about, to talk about, and looking at where you want to be in your relationship when it comes into intimacy. And that doesn't mean sex has to be important to you, not at all. But you need to be with someone then that sex is not also important to your partner, because that's where the mixed matches come in. That's where resentment builds. And that's where a lot of distance comes in with couples. And there's other things besides sex, excuse me, absolutely, that creates disconnect, right? Yelling, screaming, not communicating, trust issues, not respecting each other, not making each other a priority, not making each other feel appreciated. There's a lot of things to relationships and couplehood, marriage, that gets into a situation to where creates havoc in a relationship, right? And finances, and sex is one of them. But tonight I'm talking about sex and intimacy aspects, and look at how do you want that to be and what your view is. You get married and one person, I hate oral sex, and the other one craves it, loves it. They need it. They're not going to live without not having oral sex, giving it, receiving it. Now what do? Oh, we're married. You took a vow. Now you took a vow to be miserable? I'm asking that. I respect people's vows, absolutely. But I'm like, did you take a vow to be miserable? Did you take a vow to be mistreated? Did you take a vow to be disrespected, manipulated, lied to, controlled? I don't go for those aspects. Like I said, I respect people's beliefs, absolutely. So, throw your questions, throw your comments out there, people. I'd love to hear them. I'd love to hear, your take and your beliefs and what you believe in, and how difficult even is it for you out there to discuss sex? How difficult is it for you to even talk about expectations of sex, what your beliefs, what your values are? Some people, it's all about physical pleasure. Some people, it's about the emotional, sharing the love to one another. It can be all of those things. It doesn't necessarily have to be only one element, but you need to be able to talk about it, okay? Maybe, gives you some ideas when you want to, or you're thinking about scheduling sex and your partner's like, ew, 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 you know, those type of aspects. So you look at a different way to look at it. Hey, you know what? We can look forward to this. We can be playful up until that time. Again, we don't have to schedule it all the time. That's not what I'm saying. If it works for you and your lifestyle, great, have at it. Again, no one decides your sex life but you and your partner. What it should be, right? How it should be, frequency, style, talking about it, those things. And it's not dictated. I told people I'm going to piss a lot of people off, not being disrespectful, but it's not determined by religion, churches, religious groups. It's not determined by your mother, your grandmother. It's not determined by your race, your culture. It is not determined by where you live, right? It's determined by you and giving you the freedom and permission to do that, okay? But a lot of people will look at and they'll judge other people, where I want people to look at, hey, that's not for me, no big deal. That doesn't make somebody a bad person because they believe a different way than somebody else, unless it's about hurting others, unless it's about demoralizing, degrading, judging, belittling others, bringing harm to others. That's different, okay? That's maybe a different topic. But even talking about intimacy, talking about sex, a lot of people have a hard time talking about that. And one thing about me, hey, Gina, what's happening? But those are things that I would bring up. Am I going to be with someone that can't have open discussions about sex? You know, what they like, what they don't like, what they want to try, what brings them pleasure. That's very difficult for me to be in there. I want to learn from each other. And if you have somebody that doesn't talk about it, it's very difficult. How do you learn from each other? And you hear, I don't know. Well, can you learn? Can you, learn by yourself through self exploration? Where a lot of people will look at even self pleasure. Oh my God, we're married. You should not. That's cheating. No, no one holds your body, yourself hostage over you. Masturbating, self pleasure, that's not cheating. I'm going to tell you that from a professional stance. That's not cheating. Now, if someone is, say, self pleasuring more than maybe wanting to be intimate or have sex with their partner, and that's an issue to their partner, then that's an issue. You get me? I don't decide that. I look at what problems it creates in a relationship and what can we do to try to heal it and get to where, if possible, both people can be happy and be fulfilled at. Okay? So that's where I want people to be able to look at when it comes to sex, And maybe some people, they don't want to, they're embarrassed. I get that. And why are people embarrassed about that? It's, let's face it, how we're raised, religions again, church, the media, all those aspects where sex is a natural thing, right? Animals do it, humans do it, and there shouldn't be anything wrong with it as long as it is consensual. And you want it to be fulfilling for both of you. And a lot of people will have maybe even a hard time where their sexual desire goes down, and it's because they're not emotionally, mentally, or maybe physically fulfilled sexually, but they won't talk to their partner about it because they're afraid to hurt their feelings, cause an argument, that type of situation. And I get that, right? But there's ways to go about that. Instead, they're desired, I'm not in the mood because they're not fulfilled, but they're afraid to tell their partner, hey, this is what I want. I want to be more fulfilled. Hey, I'd love it if you do this. I'd love it if you do that, right? Those type of situations. And a lot of people will look at, well, you didn't do that. You didn't do that. No, go from a place of to teach positivity, right? Go from a place of, man, I love it when you do this. I love it when you do that. I love it when you go slow like that. I love it when you go fast like that. I love it when you touch me like that or lick me like or whatever, right? So a lot of people, I look at and I want people to not judging. I want help people to be able to look at, what would make them feel a lot more comfortable talking about this topic, sex and intimacy. And I started a show, about scheduling sex, right? And my take on that, how you can look on that, those type of situations. And again, nothing wrong with it. You can build up, look forward to it. And again, you can mix up maybe scheduling it like you would a date, like, meeting up with friends, meeting up with the guys, the ladies, whatever, scheduling a birthday party, anniversary, whatever it is, right? So why can't sex be that? Everybody has this false narrative, if you will, or false belief. It always has to be spontaneous. It always has to be, spur of the moment, that type of thing. You can have that. Woohoo! I like that too. But you can also plan it. You can also enjoy that and build that up. Hey, Leisha, what's up? So you can look at those elements to be able to even talk about it, even to be able to share about sex, about intimacy. People are still taboo about it. They might talk to their friends, they might see on social media, whatever, right? But they're afraid to talk to their partner, or maybe they're afraid to have their partner talk to them because of embarrassment, because of shame. I want to get rid of that. I want to give you permission. It's a normal human action as you're going to the bathroom, right? Taking a shower, brushing your teeth. Well, I would hope it brings you more pleasure than brushing your teeth, but you get me? But a lot of people getting dressed, um, you know, that you get sick. It's part of, but a lot of people still view sex as taboo. And it's shameful that a lot of religious groups and a lot of people have shamed that and shamed a lot of people for this. And it's sad based on their own beliefs, based on their own values, and they want everybody else to fit and believe what they believe. And that's narcissistic, right? That's selfish. That's judgmental. And it's just hurtful and it's wrong to do that. And like I said, a lot of people are going to disagree with me. That's okay. I can handle it, okay? I can respectfully disagree. I'm not going to shame or bash anybody, okay? So I'm going to say goodnight. And I appreciate everybody tuning in, listening, taking their time to view it. Like I said, tonight, Thursday night, has been a different night. I just did a night because I ran over with a new couple last night in my office late, so I wasn't able to do the show. Usually Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern time. You can catch the Art of Relationships show on basically every viewing platform, social media platform out there under at LoveGuruGreg. You can check out my information in my profile up above or down below, whatever platform you're listening to or viewing it. And again, you can catch all the episodes, and the easiest way to do that is probably YouTube at LoveGuruGreg. All my episodes are on there, but I do little videos, try to do little messages, post every day on social media as well. But most of my episodes are on YouTube. That's the easiest place to find them. So everybody take care. Again, the art of relationships.org is my website. And again, peace and love to everybody out there. Thank you so much for spending your valuable time listening, watching. Peace and love, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Peace. Peace, everybody.